so much in so little space. It's actually amazing to watch. I've seen some videos from the inside of the cockpit when that thing lands, and it's a quick landing.
Oh yeah, she can land pretty quick.
Greg actually only has 3 of these aircraft, still going strong. And again, some of the great history that we can appreciate here at Andrews Air Force Base. Again, the T-33, one of the most widely used jet trailers in the world, that made its first flight in March of 1948. Production taking place between 1948 and 1959. There were a total of over 6,500 built during that time. The United States Navy used the T-33 as a land-based trainer starting in 1949. Watch now as he comes in from behind. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Collier on the T-33. California, Greg Wired Collier took his first flight at age 7. Hooked ever since. Greg has been flying for 4 decades after earning his license in 1982 while serving in the United States Army from 1982 to 1987. After leaving the service, he served 27 years for the FAA, keeping the skies safe as an air traffic controller in Oakland, California. The T-33 was developed from the Lockheed P-80, or F-80 as it would later be called, by lengthening the fuselage by over 3 feet and adding a second seat, instrumentation and flight controls. The T-33 was designed for training pilots already qualified to fly propeller-driven aircraft. Designed work for the P-80 began in 1943, and with the first flight in January of 1944, the P-80 became the first jet fighter to enter full squadron service in the United States Army Air Forces. The methods for training jet pilots in 1947 was 180 hours in a T-6 Texan, 50 hours in a P-51 Mustang, and 25 hours in a P-80. The T-33 provided suitable as an advanced trainer and has been used for such tasks as drone detector and targeted towing. The United States Air Force began phasing the T-33 out of frontline pilot training duties in the Air Training Command in the early 1960s. He rolls the aircraft upright. After flying a friend's Lockheed T-33 in 2007, Greg set his sights on upgrading to the United States Air Force's first operational jet and a real piece of aviation history. Acquiring a T-33, again naming it ACEMAKER in 2008, he then founded the Heritage Foundation, a nonprofit organization to help preserve the type of aircraft. He holds a commercial pilot's license with instrument, single and multi-engine ratings, as well as being a certified flight instructor. Get your cameras ready. It's coming in from the right. Greg Collier brings the T-33 Shooting Star. The high-speed pass. The T-33 is served with over 30 nations and continues to operate as a trainer in smaller air forces and has even been flown in combat. The aircraft is powered by an Allison J-33A-35 turbojet engine producing 5,200 pounds of thrust. The wingspan is 39 feet and has a maximum speed of about 600 miles per hour. A range of over 1,300 miles and a surface ceiling of 48,000 feet. from the left. Great call, you're bringing in the T-33. Watch this, a nice slow roll. If you wondered what's on the end of those wings, those are wingtip tanks to give the aircraft extended range. Greg would like to thank KO Websites, Odyssey Batteries, and Airtronics for their continued support. Greg brings the beautiful aircraft back around from the right this time. Again, a real piece of aviation history. United States Air Force and Navy versions of the T-33 soldiered into the 1970s and 80s as utility aircraft and proficiency trainers, with some of the former Navy aircraft being used as full-scale aerial targets for air-to-air missiles from naval aircraft and surface-to-air missile tests from naval vessels. This takes us back to the early days of the jet age. Again, jets were developed during World War II. As a matter of fact, the Germans were the first to get a jet aircraft in service and into combat with the Me-262. But the British and Americans also had jet aircraft on the drawing board and being developed. Again, many of these aircraft flew in 1943, 1944, but again, it takes time to develop a new technology. So the British and American aircraft did not see combat during World War II, unlike the German aircraft. Watch as Greg performs a series of aileron rolls. Again, showing you the maneuverability of the T-33. Again, unlike so many of the modern military aircraft of today, you notice the aircraft has a straight wing design. Flash, Lucky T-33. Ladies and gentlemen, an amazing place to be this weekend, the 2025 Joint Base Andrews Airshow. This is just going to be an amazing weekend. We've got still a lot more to go. Hope you're enjoying it so far, because the kids want to have some fun bouncing around. We're off to see head to the kids zone. Now, we do want to remind you that there are forums going on in the STEM hangar. We also have some of the mascots from your favorite Washington teams with us this weekend. They're walking around the crowd. You can meet them between hangars 2 and 3. They'll be, if you want to get a picture and meet some of your favorite mascots, they're all out here walking around having a great time. So if you see one of them, you're not seeing things. They're really here. So check out the mascots from the Washington Wizards. I think we got them here. We got the Commander. We got all of them. They're out here walking around. The Washington Generals, whoever they are. Now they're all out here walking around. Go to the in hangars 2 and 3 throughout the day today. We're going to have what we call steam hangars. This is where you can get some really great information, see what goes on out here 24/7. Find out about all these incredible aircraft that perform and everything that goes on out here. Meet some of these incredible pilots. They'll be giving lectures, and you can go up and ask them questions, learn more about some of these amazing people. These are on the steam hangars. That's in hangar 2 and hangar 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. I'm going to turn it over to Chuck.
Thank you very much.
Put the spurs to her, Chuck. And the C-17 Globemaster 3.